More and more, our client is expecting to have snapshots of the current state of their GIS delivered in a more complex fashion. What is essentially a comprehensive overview of the entire site, the state of the site, and these types of maps are meant to tell a comprehensive story with a lot of different points that may need to be highlighted throughout any type of discussion with a regulator or civic group or just amongst project teams. So I'm going to highlight here some functionalities of this type of layered PDF. Like I said, it's a more complex layered PDF, and I'm also going to discuss briefly what it takes to achieve something like this. And again, this is a program-wide initiative that we're going to see more and more requests for. So I felt it was really important to really lay out the highlights of this and discuss what's involved with creating this type of product. So just like our simpler PDF that I discussed in another video, we have our layers organized over here. You can see this one has, I think, something along the order of 75 layers or so. This type of product takes a lot of careful coordination and planning amongst the project team to really decide what the overarching story is that we want to tell. We also need to understand the state of the data. Number one, do we have it? Is it formatted the way that we want it to be formatted? And have we discussed with project directors really what their end goal is in presenting this type of PDF? A key function and a really nice one about this PDF that makes it a little bit more complex and a little bit more tricky to create is the inclusion of historical imagery. You can see that we can toggle our aerial imagery on and off. Achieving something like this takes a little bit more time and has to be structured differently than just our normal exporting of PDFs. Another thing that I'd like to sort of point out here is that when we toggle these features on and off right here, you'll see that they also toggle on and off in the legend. So I'm just going to go through and toggle a bunch of these off, and what you'll see is that when they are turned off, you can see that they disappear from the legend down here. And another really slick feature about this PDF that requires some planning before time is the use of bookmarks. There may be one large discussion or several highlights that need to be hit over the course of a discussion, and you can see that we have these bookmarks. So we can hit each one of these bookmarks, and when we click on each one, what's done is there within the PDF certain layers are toggled off and on, and you can categorize these bookmarks to really tell sort of whatever story it is that you want to tell. You can see I'm just toggling through different ones right now, and this is a really nice feature when you just sort of, when there's a question asked, well, what about this? Oh, well, we've thought about that and we bookmarked that, so let's go ahead and let's discuss this, and whatever the topic of discussion is. And so this is something that our client is really excited about. They want to see this type of functionality built into many of their PDF deliverables. We're starting to see a lot more requests for this, and we need to provide them with what they want to meet their expectations. Successful completion of a document like this really requires good communication amongst the project team to ensure that we're getting a comprehensive list of what is being requested to add in this document. we need to discuss the type of data that needs to go in here, how we want it to be symbolized, and part of that will involve a request from the client or project team that sort of has a bulleted item list that says, okay, this is what we want to see. Can we incorporate this into the PDF? So this is a really good starting point. Let's get a list of what the client wants. Let's write it down so that everybody can see what's being requested. After we have some solid input from the client, we can then go about constructing something like this. Now, the effort it takes on the part of the GIS person to get all of this in order requires that data has been provided beforehand. It's been formatted appropriately. That is any sort of analytical data, we have it in the right format so that we can just put it in here on the map. It's also important to understand that creation of a more complex PDF, layered PDF deliverable like this will really require using additional resources. A graphic design person who can use Adobe Illustrator, is well versed in Adobe Illustrator, so that they can handle the features that we pointed out earlier with toggling layers off and on and having the corresponding legend items correspond off and on as well. The current person we're using has put together this particular PDF and formatted it very nicely. And this overall effort to make a PDF like this is no less than 40 hours on the part of the graphic design lead, and there's probably an additional 40 hours put into this just to export each one of these layers to supply to the graphic design person. So these are all things that we need to consider before going down this road and creating this PDF. We need to have a clear vision of where we're going. We need to know what the state of the data is, and have the budget to support this type of effort. It's a really slick product, and like I said, it's really where our client is going in terms of requesting their deliverable GIS data. They really want it in this sort of delivery vehicle. Thanks a lot.